there everyone, this is Shabnam here. Welcome back to my channel, The Counseling Corner. Today, the message which I'm going to convey is never take your loved ones for granted. So today, I'm going to speak about my dad who was a very loving, very affectionate, very helpful, I can say the best dad in the world. I was born and brought up in a small town, Erkard in Tamil Nadu. And my dad was known as the Rajiv Gandhi of Erkard. So you understand how good a person he was and how much he was loved by the people. My dad had a lot of big dreams for me. He wanted me to become a doctor, then an IAS officer, and finally he wanted me to get into politics. When I completed my graduation and came back home, my dad came up to me and requested me not to apply for post-graduation, but to take a break for 1 year and to assist him to manage, taking care of the estate. All by himself, he used to take care of 300 acres of land, which was a joint property. But at that time, I got very irritated. I started reacting and I said, no, I want to pursue my post-graduation. I took admission in college and went for my studies. First year post-graduation I was doing. That time, I was staying in a hostel with my sister. There was an information through the watchman that my grandmother passed away. I was very close to my grandmother. I couldn't take it. I started crying. Suddenly, there was a second message coming telling that it was my dad. And again, it was confirmed it was my grandmother. I did not believe it could be my dad because I have never seen my dad taking rest or telling that he's unwell any part of my life. So I thought grandmother's old. It might be my grandmother. But even then, throughout the night, I was crying and I was waiting for my uncle to come and pick me and my sister. And my uncle came in the morning, picked us in the car, and we were driving towards Erkard. Throughout the journey, I was crying. I was unstoppable. And I still remember when I just entered into the estate, I saw 4 men standing and digging a pit. We actually have a family graveyard. I just burst out. I couldn't stop. I started crying very loudly. Finally, when I climbed the steps and entered the house, first thing which I saw was my grandmother sitting in front of me. Then I realized it was not my grandmother, it was my father. I couldn't accept that. I started shouting and screaming and crying, and people were forcing me to go see my dad. I said, no, I don't want to see him like that. After a week, when I met my family doctor, who was the father of my very dear friend, he told me 10 days before my dad passed away, he had visited him with the chest pain. He was advised to go to Salem and meet the cardiologist, but he did not do that. Nor did he tell this to anyone. All he did is he got some people to get the graveyard cleaned. So even today, when I think of it, I feel guilty. If I had taken 1 year break and stayed back with my father, I would have not lost anything. But because I didn't do that, I lost my father. I could have saved my father's life by taking him to the doctor. So what I want to convey to you is that, see, most of the times, we take our loved ones for granted. We are empathetic towards even strangers and other people, but when it comes to our own people, sometimes we take them for granted. So I don't want any one of you to do the mistake which I have done in my life and to regret throughout your life. So hope this information was useful to you. And in case you felt this information was useful to you, please do pass it on. Please do subscribe to my channel, The Counseling Corner. And most importantly, hit the bell icon so that you will get timely notifications whenever I'm posting my new videos. Thank you so much. See you next time.